Hi everybody, this is the information for teaching tips of lesson 10, days 3 and 4. In the beginning, we are trying to make sure we review the whole rest and how the values change according to the top number of the time signature. We make a joke usually in this particular slide that if the top number of the time signature is 1,800,000, how much will a whole rest be worth in that moment? And that helps them, remember that the whole rest changes value. So whatever works. And then in the group exercise, rhythm exercise, we do more whole rest in the 3 different time signatures, again, to drive that point home as we're working towards time signature information later in the method. In terms of pitch, this is the final day, day 3, of preparation for skips and for key signatures. So we're going to assess them, of course, in day 4, their ability to read the pitches. So it's really important that when we do this review with numbers 1 through 4 on the name the note slide, that we are really careful to notice some of the problems that these children have, the beginners. One of the problems that they have when they are going, for example, from fa to a note that's far away and trying to determine the name of it, is that many of them count spaces twice because they're large, so just be aware of that. Sometimes if they're going, for example, the first note's fa and the next note is way up high, they'll go the wrong direction. They'll go fa, mi, re, do, ti, and that gets them in trouble with that. So just beware of that. And then another thing that they often do is after do, because our charts usually go from do to do in our rooms, they often don't know what's next, and we have to help them realize that the chart just repeats. So fa, sol, la, ti, do, re would be difficult for children who didn't realize that. And then, of course, we have to make sure that on today that they are able to deal with ledger lines, that they count the space below the staff and then the ledger line. So, do all your tricks to help them understand that and realize that those are some of the obstacles that I've faced and hoping that will help you. And in your sight singing example, today's the first day they have half notes, and it's very important that they pulse. It's very important that you call their attention to the fact that it's half notes. They're not likely to notice, the very beginners. They might notice. I always start with the question, what's different about this exercise? And most of the time they'll name that half notes are unique in this moment, and you get to bring that to their attention. But sometimes they'll say something else, like it doesn't start on do, or whatever. But make sure they're pulsing. Make sure those habits are really solid on this sight singing example. Also, when you're doing follow the hand with them, make sure that you establish the do very well, since they're not starting on do. A lot of times they'll go sharp or whatever when they start on something other than do. So establish the tonality really well with your stepwise follow the hand. And with your forbidden pattern, use something wide like sol, low sol, mi, and do, or something like that. But make sure you stick with the skips as we're continuing to prepare them for reading skips in later lessons. And then in day 4 on your assessment, I urge you to, any child who doesn't pass it, sit with them one-on-one, show them, help them stay up to date and up to par, and making sure they understand the material, because we're at that critical juncture where some kids start to get lost because we're adding so many layers, and we need to keep them all caught up and understanding the material. And just sitting with them one-on-one for 2 minutes is usually all it takes for me, and I'm sure that you'll encounter the same. They just need sometimes a little something extra, because we're dealing oftentimes with complete beginners. So I hope the method's working for you, and send me notes if you have suggestions, and good luck with lesson 10.